Hello guys, welcome back to my channel for my second long form video. You probably saw from the title what we're doing today, but we're doing a sketchbook tour. We're gonna look through this book. It's the one I had from around June 2023 till May 2024. This is the one I'm working on currently, but it's only about halfway finished. So I'm thinking of making one for my current book when it's completed. And before we also get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the support I've gotten on my previous video. I didn't really expect that much from it, just because I didn't have any following on YouTube as is. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who watched and liked and commented. It genuinely meant so much to me, and it gave me a bit of courage to keep going with some YouTube stuff. But with that being said, I guess we could just get into it. This is a Fabriano sketchbook. I think it's like a 160 gram. When you get them, they have the labels here, and it says drawing paper, at least, if that helps. First page already, I just blocked some info, but you can see here the dates where I started. This is book 34, so I have quite the backlog. First page, yeah, you can see when this started. It was just after I watched Spider-Verse at the cinema. So Miguel O'Hara sketch, The Other Universe, Miles Morales sketch. I like the black parts was done with ink. I was really experimenting with some more bold line art after watching Spider-Verse. I just was very inspired, I guess. Next page. It's the Spider-Verse brain rot and the Legend of Zelda brain rot, because Tears of the Kingdom also just came out. This set is so beautiful. I love this set. This is for an art exam, actually. It was like pop art inspired, and this one was the wrong size, so I just pasted it in my sketchbook. It's of me. More Spider-Verse. This one did quite well on TikTok, I remember. Yeah, a lot of Spider-Verse. I was really using a lot of brush pens. I think it was like one of the micron ones. Wait, I have read one of these, but it's like these pens. Next page. A lot of notes here. Oh my gosh. A Link doodle, Spider-Gwen doodle. My friend says here that they fell on a pipe 30 minutes later. I think all of this was drawing while we were hanging out and we were at the park just chilling, and we decided to go to the mall afterwards. This is me. This is another Link. All of them are colored with watercolors. These are with the brush pens again, and this is just with a smaller fine liner. I was reading Blue Period here. I have a few of the volumes, like maybe 4 or 5 of them. So I just drew the main character. I forgot his name. Sorry. And then Pura and Link. All of these are done with gouache. I have the hehe gouache set. Also, this was right before I was going on summer holiday with my family. So this is just me ranting about how stressful packing is. I am such a overly planned packer. I feel like I need to be prepared for every single circumstance ever. So this just says, in Norwegian though, but it says, I love to go on holiday, but packing, however, not so much. Parentheses, the clock is 1:27 right now, and I think it was the day before I was gonna leave. Yeah, and here we are on holiday. It's a Link sketch covered with Prismacolor pencils. This is one of my outfits I wore. Another Miles Morales, another Zelda. This is so thin line art. I don't know how I even managed. Most of these done with the brush pens again. And then Pretty Girl, also very thin liner. I think this is like an 03 or something though, or 02 or 03. And some things I pasted in. I really wanted to like put a lot of stuff from my travels in here, but I didn't put as much as I wanted to, since I didn't really bring glue or anything on the trip. So I had to glue them in after, so they're a bit more like awkwardly placed. This is also, since it was June, I was preparing for art fight, so figuring out my OC's character designs. They're never fully figured out, but this is Calum. This is a younger version of him, and this is him like 2 or so years later, figuring out how he was gonna look here specifically. Also, just a little street study, upside down by accident. And my Spider-Sona. I haven't drawn her that much, but this is basically her design. I don't know what her powers are. I just wanted to design a Spider-Sona for myself. This is a drawing of me and my friend. We were both traveling on our own like family holidays, but we thought it was kind of funny that we both were in Italy at the same time, so we were just like, yeah, we should totally hang out, even though we obviously were in very different places in the country. Beach scene. This is my Posca pen exploding. I really need to get a new one of this one. I love this like light blue shade, and this is Calum again. Watercolor painting, as well as I think it's just watercolors, and then I used like a mechanical pencil with red lead for it. July started because this is my first art attack for Art Fight. It's for my friend Jins. I drew his OC one link. I'm very happy with how his arm turned out on this one. It's just very like clean, I feel. Also, do you like my setup? I have like, I have put a lot of like rubbers on my lamp and attached my phone to the top of it. I also just have this one under so it doesn't lay like fully lopsided, so that's just why that's there. Here is more from the trip. This is just on a train, and my brother is here, and it was just like a very nice view, so I drew it with micron pens for liner, and I just colored it with watercolors. When I usually travel or like go anywhere, I just bring this one with me. I think I've had it for like at least 6 years, so I've just replaced the paints as I go, so the brands are kind of a mix mash, but this is the one I use at least. More Link and Zelda, another Art Fight attack. This is a bit more messy sketchy. You see I didn't draw a lot because I drew all of the days in here. This is an OC. I've kind of abandoned her, but it's an OC I had. This is Siobhan, he's my main OC. Another Link. I love this armor set stuff I'm covering up. But this is a drawing of myself. I got this new top and I thought it was very cute, so I wanted to draw me. This is also me. It's a selfie I redrew. I don't think it looks that much like me, but I think it's fun that I sketched these in like a pen. I'm trying to get better at that, and I'm practicing a lot sketching with pens in my current sketchbook as well. And this down there is Yuki from 13 Sentinels. It's one of my favorite games. I think she is one of my favorite characters from there, and she's just so much fun to draw. I really recommend the game as well. I don't know how I would explain it to you, but it's really good, just trust me. This is my OC Micah. I'm gonna redesign him because at this time I had his story set kind of modern day, but I've changed my mind, so he's gonna be a bit more like dark sci-fi fantasy. Think of those early 2000s JRPGs and stuff. I wanted him to fit into one of those. This is also hanging out with my friends. This is my OC Siobhan. He's the main guy and the one I drew a sketch of earlier. Friends OC Karen and my friends other friends OC VO, and it's just them hanging out together, as well as us doing little sheet masks. I think this was the last day I was at home. Summer break was ending and I was going to a new school. Going to the school is my first time moving out. It was only for like a year and a year course, but it was very weird. I also watched Good Omens right before leaving, so Zero Failing Crowley gouache painting, Crowley sketch, Siobhan my OC, my friend Noah as the Total Drama Island art style. I don't think it looks like it. I think I made it too round and it's kind of uncanny. I think doing the girls in that style is a bit easier because they look a bit more the same. I'm gonna be so for real. And also a drawing of Grimes, just because I listen to her music a lot. I don't know, it scratched my brain. I listened to Halifaxa and Miss Anthropocene a ton, so I just drew her. Another Crowley sketch, some stickers. Now we're at school. You can see here, maybe I was a bit stressed, just settling in and being on my own. So I drew some Link doodles. He's kind of my comfort character. I really have loved Zelda for such a long time. I think it's my longest standing interest. I really like Skyward Sword, though. Obviously Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, and I've also finished Ocarina of Time. Ursula Rosalina's doodle, just with pencil and watercolors, and then these are watercolors with some color pencil on top. Sometimes I feel like my watercolors turn out a bit flat, so I just add some pencils on top to deepen the colors. La La Land, some Spider-Gwen. I don't like how this one turned out. It looks kind of messy because the sketch is still in gray and then the line art is dark pink Posca pen. I don't know. But I really like this one and how the colors turn out, though I think it was quite a lot of trial and error. This is a little sketch of a selfie me and my friends took at school. This is me, my friend, my other friend who is now my boyfriend, another guy. The hollow fan art. I like how the colors of this one turned out actually. I really like how deep they are and saturated, and that because that's something I struggle with so much with watercolors, like they often end up looking a bit gray. But I feel like I did really well on this, though. I did use, again, I used some Prismacolor pens, so you can see like the blue one I used to just help add to it. The show, though, I don't know, I think it was okay. I don't remember it that much, I'm sorry. But I like. This is also another Spider Sona doodle. I think I overdid the background. I don't know if you can see, but I added like the blue Posca pen first, and then I didn't like how it turned out, so I added pink Posca pen. And then I liked it even less, and then I went all overboard with colored pencils, so I think the background is a lot, but I really like the drawing itself. I honestly should have just left the background. This is some drawings my boyfriend made. This is my OC Edmund. This is not his design. His design also has changed the most just because I draw him so rarely. For every new drawing, I dislike his old design, and then I come up with a new design on the spot. So obviously I dislike that one as well the time after. Luigi from Tears of the Kingdom, and one of my friends. And this is for a character design class I had at school. This is just a little bit of trying things out. I don't really like any of these a lot, and these characters have not been touched since doing this, but I like this drawing the most. A light blue and a bright red is my favorite color combo on the earth. This is a storyboard for a drawing I made digitally later. Another link, me, and this is my boyfriend and Peach, because the trailers for that one Peach game came out and I thought her outfits were cute. These my friend made. Boyfriend again, you will see a lot of art of him. Not sorry, honestly. This is me and him together. We're playing World of Goo here because we both played it as kids, but it's really, really good. It's not that long, really. It's one of the Netflix games, so if you have Netflix, you could get it for free basically on your phone or iPad. Recommend it a lot. It's really fun. You connect these like dots and build structures with them. This is my OC Siobhan. She's an influencer, I guess, but she really popularized this like mecha headset thing, and I was kind of obsessed with it for a while, so I drew it. I really wanted to build my own as well. This is more character design class. I think all of these are really moving on. And my boyfriend's OCs, but in my style, and this as well. They're a bit more cartoony here because his style is very cartoony. And then I redrew them here. I think this was a Pinterest drawing and I redrew it. And this is a art style thing. I did this while hanging out with two of my friends, but it's my style, my friend was, and Jin's style. And this is like, so we drew each other's style, and then also Evangelion, Helltaker, Total Drama Island, Rimworld, and Q Hayashida. I really like how most of these turn out, I'd say. I like the Evangelion one. We also put ourselves into the universe of whatever. So I think you can also see here what I mean with Total Drama Island style I was talking about. Like, this was so much easier to do than drawing my friend earlier because the girls look so much more similar to each other. So this is when we were at like a conference thing for the next few pages, and I drew a ton because I chronically cannot sit down and listen to something without like almost falling asleep. I promise it's not my brain rotting or like my TikTok attention span or something. It really helps just like having like sitting, being able to do rolling. So it's me and my boyfriend kissing and all of my friends being like some notes from the conference thing we were at. My boyfriend, my friend, me, and like whatever outfit I was wearing that day. More notes. My OC is Siobhan. This is a character I played as in a role-playing game. Me and my boyfriend, Nagisa from Evangelion. You can see I had like a limited art supplies. Climber Link, Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know, I think he's funny. I also really like the colors red and black, like a lot. Like I wear red and black so much in my own life. And some more doodles and notes. My OC Micah, he still needs a design. It's the guy who jumped out of the portal earlier, but now he has a denim jacket, I guess. Another sketch of my boyfriend. This, me and my friend, we were looking at like Temu stuff. It had the show of this like cat thing, and it says be fearless, but it was typed like this. Be fearless. This is also more like, we're still at the conference. I drew so much at the conference. It was like 3 days and I drew so much. It's my shoes. I think this is me. Another link. Then Hagisa, my friend, me and my boyfriend. And we now jumped to another travel we went to, which was to London with my school. And we got this task to take pictures when we were at that one big museum and make character designs. And for this page, we went to an aquarium, and this is a jellyfish monster. So again, character design based on what we saw. This is just my role-playing game character again. Some doodles. This is my OC. Here it just says Nasty Arm Girl, but her name is Scrap currently. And this was when I was starting to make her. So I was kind of excited about her, and this is my boyfriend again. This is me and my boyfriend in our rooms playing video games. I was playing Rain World, and he was playing, I think, The World Ends With You at this time. Like, we have a lot of dates where we just play video games each other like, so he really likes Rain World, so I was playing that one for him, and I really liked The World Ends With You, so I made him play that on my Switch. I don't like the colors of this one. I don't know, it's a bit convoluted, and it looks a bit unfinished, but it's fine. This was for a shirt we were making. This is just me in a little outfit. Rain World notes. Another doodle of me. This is a pen. Yeah, it says Merry Christmas, so this is when I was back home for Christmas break. This sketchbook also just took so long. Usually I take half a year max on one sketchbook, but especially when I was away at school, like here, I drew a lot less in sketchbook, so it went a lot slower. Like, this is from October, and from October to Christmas, it is like 5 pages and it's Christmas, so it's whatever. But these are just some pen doodles, Pinterest, me, random guy, boyfriend, my OC Siobhan. I think these are tried redrawing some things I saw on Pinterest, and this is a redraw, and then I tried to do something similar to the style, but like of myself for this one. And I also watched Blue Eye Samurai, so I drew the main character. And also random gouache doodle, more boyfriend doodles, and of Link. He is kind of my default when I don't know what to draw, honestly. And this is gouache of Rosalina. I really like this one. I just adore how the colors turned out and how her skin feels very lifelike, and I just really like the soft colors. I love how gouache turns out. I think it's one of my favorite art mediums. So me and my boyfriend kissing. This is kind of ugly, but I sketched it in pen, so I'm gonna not be too critical of that. This is just me in the little outfit I was wearing. This is for a game me and my boyfriend were making, so it was just the main character you were gonna play as. He's a few pixels, so he doesn't really look like this in the game, but like, we really like this like head with the RGB thing in it. Also, it says here, this is the beginning of 2023. Go! Fill one sketchbook page every day. That didn't go so well. This is a redraw. I think I've done this redraw for 7 years. I usually do these in November, but I forgot, so I did this in January. And on the topic of this one, I also haven't done it for 2025. So maybe you should. This is Nasumi from the anime number 6. I should have picked something better to redraw, honestly, because this is just an anime screenshot originally, but it's whatever. I think this one turned out pretty good. I like the colors of it. And more pen doodles. I think these all were done without sketching underneath, you know, practicing my line confidence or whatever. Random girl, Juro from 13 Sentinels, and my boyfriend sitting at his desk doing whatever he was doing. I think this was a drawing or a photo I found on the internet, and I wanted to draw water from like the under, like, from this angle, and I thought it was very fun drawing the splash and like the air bubbles around him and the shape of that. So this is my friend Lizzie, and I love her outfit in this, so I drew her. These are my OC Siobhan again. His character design has changed a bit since, like his arm mainly and a few details, but he basically looks like this now. This is my boyfriend again. A lot of boyfriend doodles in here, I can't help it. And this is a random portrait I did. I think I was basing it off a reference, but I took my own like creative liberties, and I honestly really like how the colors turned out. They feel very like gross with the green. Kind of want to make another drawing with a similar color palette to this one. This was also done in Prismacolor with, I think, some watercolor underneath and like the skin tone shade. My OC Micah again, and watercolors, and my boyfriend watercolors, me and my boyfriend kissing, watercolors. I really like the colors of this one. I think I added a green base, and while it was wet I added the rest of the colors so it had this kind of cool bleeding, I guess. This is me and my boyfriend out in the woods. This is an example of how I feel like my watercolors just turn out kind of gray sometimes. This was a fall scenario, so it's not super colorful, but I still feel like the colors here are more gray than they should be. Actually, I don't know where this came from, and I haven't drawn anything similar to this before or after, but I think it was just me doodling for this, like adding whatever comes to mind, and it just turning out kind of interesting for once. I guess I used a fine liner pen and then just uncolored pencil to add the orange and purple details at the end. I was traveling again with my school. This is one of the outfits I was wearing with my like big leather coat because it was still January, so it was very cold outside, especially here in Norway. And this is just a random girl. I like the colors. I think the colors are neat. My boyfriend and a Pinterest drawing I referenced. I'm very happy with how the colors turned out for this one. This is also done in either all gouache or a combination of gouache and watercolors, but I'm not too sure, honestly. I think I was in a reference mood at this time. Probably because I was still motivated with my fill in 1 page a day-ish goal that I had. So this is a Pinterest photo with some lighting that I was trying to replicate, and a girl screaming. I feel like my art might look a bit emotionless sometimes. I really want to work on expressions, and that's still something I want to work on. I often default to this like dot line, more subtle expressions. I think that's very fun to do. But this was me. And another outfit. I think it's also fun for documentation and look back. I feel like I remember the days a bit better when I see like the drawings, and I can associate a lot with what I look like. I don't know if that's weird, but for an example, before thinking what year it was like what hair color did I have at that point, since I dye my hair quite a bit. I was like, what hair color did I have, and then I can pinpoint when it was because of the hair color I had at the time. This is my OC Siobhan and random girl with a pen. We were having a game jam project, like my group made a jester fighting game, so this is some concept art for it. It was kind of stressful, but whatever, it's fine. This is my boyfriend and my OC. Her name was Michi previously, but that name was kind of taken from an FMAO character when I was 12 or 11, and I think the name has to go. Her design also has changed since, but this is at least a drawing of her. Another outfit, say me and my friend being very tired. My OC Siobhan, Backrooms, Hello Kitty, boyfriend playing Juice Galaxy. Such a strange game, and he was obsessed with it for like 2 weeks and couldn't stop quoting it. And this is for school. We were doing art style studies and trying to like replicate it to learn from it, and I referenced Haruuzi. This piece is so beautiful. This is just like a snippet of it. And more mountain climber link, me and my boyfriend, and some doodles my friend made in my sketchbook. Sonic. This is a keychain I have of him. This is an air drawing. Me and my boyfriend were rewatching it, or like I was rewatching it and I was showing him Attack on Titan, so I was in a bit of an Attack on Titan mood. You can see Mikasa here as well. This I got from someone who made at school. This is me in a another outfit I was wearing for that day. This is now Hobino from Shin Megami Tensei. I really like the Shin Megami Tensei series. I think that after The Legend of Zelda maybe, this is my second favorite video game franchise, and I've played a lot of the games from it. And I want to try Persona at some point, I just haven't gotten around to it. This is just a random girl with like cool design features. I think a lot of this was very self-indulgent. I really want shoes like this, and I really wanted like a arm cuff, for example. These are sketches I did for a pair of pants I have. I can put a picture of them on screen probably, but they kind of tore at the butt, so they were basically unusable, and they were my favorite pants, so I figured out like an elaborate way to patch them up. Yeah, these are on February of 2024. This is an art trade I made with Jinsey, and I did the sketch and line art for this one, and he did the coloring, and then in his sketchbook he has a thing he did the sketch and line art for, and I colored. Very fun to do. I really like doing these silly art trades. This is also some sketches he made in my sketchbook, and we were discussing, like, I think this was such an interesting topic we were talking about, but like media we have enjoyed that you can see had an influence on our styles. I don't think all of these had an influence on my styles, but I think these are like the things we noted down were like, these are things that I was obsessing over for a while, and it was a major personality trait of mine for the time being. First being Aphmau, which honestly made me get into anime so much, like for fan art back in like middle school or whatever. Fairy Tail, My Hero Academia, and also Zelda. Zelda has just been like a forever, like a constant, but style is definitely not as anime-esque as it was, but also like I wrote down Voltron. I don't feel like I was that obsessed with it, but Voltron is one of those things where I have also in recent time gotten comments that are like, you watched Voltron, I can tell, and I'm like, thanks. That one Noctis month, it says, which was just like a month where I was really obsessed with the character Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, I think. I haven't played the game, but I just watched like one of the cinematic trailers for it, and I got so obsessed, and he was the only thing I drew for like a month straight. It helped me get a bit more into like semi-realism and stuff, so more Zelda, Banana Fish, Shin Megami Tensei, The World Ends With You. I think The World Ends With You also shows it has some like a very like geometric way of doing line art, which I really like. I like adding random angles to things that shouldn't have angles. And Spider-Verse and Evangelion. I don't know, some of the earlier ones I think it's a bit easier to see where inspiration may come from, but those are some medias I have like brain rotted about at least. These are more doodles Jin made. This is a art trade thing we were referencing like goofy reference photos, and I did the sketch, and then Jin, he did the line art, and then my friend Noah was gonna color, but we took too long, as we usually do, so we never got to that stage. This is manifesting because I really want like really long, nice, beautiful. This is me. Some silly cats, my boyfriend Aaron, and this is for like a game we made at school. It was cat fruit themed. This is my cat, it's like a fruit. This is Link again. Cute little outfit I drew. This is for the game project as well, and we made like a fake game studio. So ours was called RoboCat, and we ended up with a logo similar to this, but I was in charge of designing the logo. This one you maybe have seen before. It did pretty well on Instagram for some reason. I didn't expect it to, but I was kind of in like a Monster High mood for a while last year, and I drew a Dracula painting with like her eating tomatoes and looking kind of bloody. I thought it was cool. This is also in Gouache, if you're wondering, with the Hime Gouache set. It's this one. It's vile. It's foul. But I like these gouache paints, and I think for me, because I have some in tubes as well, but for me it's just a lot more convenient to have them in like pans like this, and I can just activate them on my own. And I also use gouache paints more watercolor like I usually go in watercolory first, and then I thicken the paint and add more color after I've added that, so I don't mind them not being as saturated from the get-go. These are just funny cats. I don't know, I love cats so much. I also watched Mob Psycho last year, so these are some Mob Psycho doodles. I love Reagan. He is so beautiful. I love all of them, honestly. Like, the Mob Psycho characters are so lovable. But I really like how this one turned out, like, the colors. I don't like this one. I like pencils, but I think on their own, sometimes I don't like the texture of them. But I like adding them to things. This is a random sketch page. A few of these are like draping references, and this is Miyoshi Chavon. He has like a fucked up arm. I think you saw him, yeah, earlier with like a robot arm, but he gets like he has to get his arm amputated. He's so cute. And this is me in like a outfit I was wearing. This is a shirt I wanted to sew like the shape of it and have some like grommet details. And this is a wrong hand. This is Pinterest reference, I think. But it was a girl screaming. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, honestly. I feel like the emotion comes across very well, and I like how I kind of stylized her face. That's just me picking at my own face. I don't know. I was probably like insecure or tweaking about something, and who knows. And final page, guys. This is just of me and my boyfriend and some little outfits: overdressed girlfriend, underdressed boyfriend. What can I say? And that's the whole sketchbook tour. Oh yeah, this is the cover, by the way. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, it's like a full piece, and it's just Tears of the Kingdom based, since that was what I was into when starting it. I like how this turned out, but I think this is like one of the few books where I've done a full big cover, but I prefer doing smaller ones like I have on this one. Honestly, this is just a fray. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tour, and also like if you're interested in more, I have obviously a lot more of books I could share. So also if you have suggestions for what I could make next, please leave it down below. I might want to make something more tutorial or art progress based for the next one. I'm trying out some different things now. I'm just figuring out what I like doing. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely the rest of your day. Here are my other social medias if you are interested in seeing more of what I do. I have a card linked below if I add anything else. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely the rest of your day.